Welcome to another EAL Spotlight featuring graduates of the Cartier Farms and Dreamwinds EAL Facilitator certification.
Hey everyone, it's Tracy Evans here from Dreamwinds Equine Assisted Learning Center, and I'm excited to be bringing you another EAL Spotlight with one of our fabulous graduates, Janet Law. Welcome, Janet. Thanks for joining me.
Well, thanks for having me.
Janet, tell us a little bit about yourself and your EAL business.
Well, I'm a registered massage therapist and a certified equine massage therapist of 19 years and counting. I have a passion for horses, and I've been riding since I was 4 or 5 years old. What brought me to EAL was about 2.5 years ago, I was suffering with thoracic outlet syndrome on my right side. And it was so debilitating that I thought my career as a massage therapist was over. But I also needed to think of what my retirement plan was going to be like too after massage therapy, because massage therapists usually don't, their lifespan is usually around 5 to 8 years. And I'm pretty lucky to be in this profession for 19 years and counting now. So it was about 2.5 years ago when I met you at Can-Am. And we chatted a little bit, and I wanted to know more because it was quite interesting to me. It was kind of curious because I'd seen it on Facebook a few times, and I thought, what is this about? So I talked to you, and then you invited me to your talk that you had at Can-Am. So I attended the Can-Am talk, and while I was listening to you, I had an aha moment, and the light bulb went off. So because I'm in the healthcare industry and I'm helping people feel physically better, I thought, well, why can't I combine my love for horses and the love of working with people together? Instead of working physically, work with their mental health. So I've combined the two, and 2 years ago, well, I guess it was shortly after I met you, I engaged in your workshop, your program, and 2 weeks later, I was certified as an equine assisted learning facilitator. So that's where I am here today.
Amazing. And what types of programs have you been offering? And the name of your programs?
The name of my program is Reflections Equine Assisted Learning. And I have a number of programs, but what I do focus on is I work with First Nations youth group and first responders, assisting them in coping with mental health challenges. So like with anxiety, depression, trying to create boundaries and trust, and also working with addictions. So my other fun events, I call them fun eventful. We have Sunday Fun Day, we have Ladies Night, and also Date Night.
Awesome. And I'm just going to clarify, because with the mental health side of things, you're doing it all from a learning perspective, right? Building the life skills to help them cope and thrive versus the therapeutic side of things.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely. Awesome. Do you have a favorite story that you'd like to share that you've experienced in the field of EAL?
There are a few of them that have come to mind, but one really comes to the forefront is where I think it was in my second week or third week with the youth group from the First Nations, and they're assigned certain horses. So the girls, they are paired up together. They're the only 2 girls out of the 6. And they had to walk ice through the obstacle course, pushing the exercise ball with his chest. So ice was refusing, and I was watching it from the corner of my eye, and then I paid more attention to the girls. And they weren't watching or noticing that I was watching them. So as I turned to watch them, they turned ice around and backed him up and said, "We're going to push that ball with his behind." So they were thinking outside the box. So they were determined to get that ball through the course by getting ice to push it with his back end. And they did. They accomplished it. So
awesome.
That was, yeah. So that was pretty exciting. And I went over and gave the girls high five, and they were pretty happy.
It's great to see that resiliency and perseverance, because sometimes that can be what's a challenge for our groups, can't it? Excellent. That's amazing. And what's your favorite thing about working in the field of EAL? What do you love most about it?
I just love putting a smile on their face and being able to help them in any way. there's always laughter. There's always smiles that come out of the barn when they're done. The afterthoughts between my sessions, I work with Marcia from the First Nations community, and she brings the youth group into my program. So she took me aside and she said, "You won't believe how much chatter there is in the vehicle between the barn and home." And so that makes me happy, like just to offer that experience, that education, those skills, developing their skills in communication and trust and creating boundaries.
Awesome. Wonderful. And anything else you'd like to share? What's next for Reflections in yourself? Any programs?
With Reflections Equine Assisted Learning, the 6 youths that came through the group in the fall, we're actually inviting the parents to come in and do the same program, because these parents were just excited and thrilled about hearing their children's experiences. They figured that they're going to challenge it themselves, and at least they'll be on the same plane of learning about communication, trust and boundaries, and learning more about, how can we control our anxiety when we're not in the barn.
That's amazing. That'll be a huge impact on the whole family once they've all taken it and done it together, for sure.
Yeah, this program was supposed to take place about starting a week ago, but because of the pandemic, we've had to delay the program. So we did get the approval from the First Nations program, but we just have to wait until the curve kind of slows down and we can get the okay to have groups come together again.
That's fantastic. Well, nice to have that in the pipeline, and hopefully we'll be able to open our doors very soon.
Yeah. People are knocking down my door waiting to get back in. So
fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Janet. I really appreciate you taking the time to share your experience and your business with us, and I'm very excited for what's to come for Reflections, and hope to see the doors open for all of us in the very near future. Thank you.
Well, thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Have a great day.
You too.
For more information on Reflections Equine Assisted Learning, contact Janet Law. And for more information on becoming a certified EAL facilitator, contact Dreamwinds at dreamwinds.ca, or Cartier Farms, our partners and founders of the Building Block program, at cartierfarms.ca.